What's up guys, it's Theyo from Final Concept, and today we are taking a look at the Baofeng 888S two-way radio, also known as a walkie-talkie. But for 400 Ghana cedis, is it any good? Well, let's find out then. But first and foremost, why would anyone want to consider getting something like this? In my opinion, this is for people who usually are outdoors and want to have a communication over a short distance, people who work as security, and people who also work as part of a media team. And in my case, for someone in the Theyo Studios photography team, we would want to have something like this so that we can communicate with each team member in situations where hand gestures or signals are not so efficient. So now that we are done with the why, let's get on with the design and build quality. If you should purchase one of these, this is what you are going to get. And as you can see, it has a bunch of specifications on the box. Opening up the box, you are greeted with 2 user manuals, 2 antennas, and 2 earphones. You also get 2 of the Baofeng 888S walkie-talkie without the battery installed, and also the neatly designed battery charger. To get an extended range, you need to connect the antenna like so, attach it to the antenna port and screw it in clockwise. There's also the belt grip, which to install it you have to remove these 2 screws at the back and attach it and then screw them back. And the one to get is the Phillips hair screwdriver. The Baofeng 888S has a straightforward compact design. It's made of durable plastic which weighs only 180 grams. It measures 60 by 33 by 115 mm without the antenna, and it fits comfortably in the hand and is easy to carry around for extended periods. On the right side of the device is the port for connecting the specialized earphone. You will notice that this earphone comes with 2 pins, which works for both transmitting and receiving signals. That means one port is used for sending signals from the person speaking, and the other is for listening to sound from another person on the other end. At the top is the power switch, which you turn clockwise till you hear a click. It also works as the volume control to increase or decrease the volume on the device. And right next to it is the channel control switch, which allows you to dial in your channel from 1 up to 16. And the last spot at the extreme left is where you connect your antenna. On the left hand side is the PPT button or push to talk button and 2 other functional buttons, where one of them is used to trigger the flash at the front, and the other is for the radio feature. At the back are 2 screws which you have to pull out to attach the belt grip, and the massive battery which is swappable, but more on the battery later in this video. I should also mention that none of these is waterproof, but they are rugged enough for everyday use. That said, let's take a look at the user interface and controls. Unfortunately, this doesn't come with any form of display, so everything has to be memorized at some point. The LED signal lights up red during transmission and green when receiving a signal. The channel switch lets you select between 16 different channels, with channel 16 serving as the scanning channel.
Power on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16.
The PTT button is also simple. Press to transmit, release to receive. Now that we know how to use this device, let's talk about performance. The Baofeng 888S operates within a 400 to 470 MHz frequency range and offers an output power between 5 watts and 12 watts. And with this, it is claimed to provide reliable communication for a maximum range of between 5 and 10 kilometers, depending on the terrain. So yes, you can get about 10 kilometers with any of these, but take note that is for an open environment scenario. So if you are in a crowded environment with a lot of buildings, obstacles, trees, and all of that, you may not get what is specified here. One other standard feature is the VOX or voice operation transmission mode that you get with this. So in situations where you can't really press before you can start talking, you can use this feature. So all you have to do is start speaking and it is going to transmit your sound to the other end. But unfortunately, I have not gotten it to work on my at the moment. So I'll keep you updated in an upcoming video if it actually works. But if it does work, that is going to be an interesting feature to try out. I don't always have to press before I can talk. With that said, here is an outdoor test just to see how much range we can get with this. Alright, so for this test, we are going to check how far this Baofeng 88S can go. It is rated to be 5 kilometers, but I mean, how do we even measure it? So we are going to test this out. So let's start with this. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so let's take a couple of steps back. If I could run, I would, but I'm super tired now. You can still hear me, right? Over.
Yes, I can still hear you. Over.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, so let's see how far I can go with this. Now, we all know 5 kilometers is small, but how about in case of obstacles? Can you still hear me? Over.
Yes, I can. Over.
Okay, now the idea is to go behind this building we have here. So I'm going behind the building and let us know if you can still hear me. Over.
Yes, I can. Over.
I'm going way farther from where we usually are, as far as possible, about 100 meters away from you. So again, let me know if you can still hear me. Over.
Yes, I can still hear you. Over.
So yeah, I think for the distance we are looking out for, we are probably going to be using this during weddings. So just the church and some premises should be just fine. So this is good enough. Over.
Sure. Over.
Charging the device is also very simple. Just place the device in the charging tray and you are good to go. I also did notice that you can just take out the battery and just charge the battery separately from the device itself. As long as the LED is glowing red, you know that you are charging, and it turns green when it is fully charged. A full charge though is about 3 hours, so keep that in mind. Just like every other device, we have the pros and cons, so let's weigh the two and see if this is actually a good purchase. For the good side, it is economical. It's a great value for a walkie-talkie for this price point. The high-capacity lithium-ion battery also lasts about 12 hours on a full charge. And the LED torch and Vox mode are added functionalities for outdoor use. Not also forgetting the maximum range you can get with this if you are in an open environment. I personally love the idea that the batteries are not built in and you can easily swap them out if you have extra ones or one of them is damaged and you just want to replace it. One other thing most people may not talk about is the fact that it is so small and it doesn't weigh so much, because if you are going to have this on you at most times during the day, you don't expect it to be too heavy to carry around. But with that said, it doesn't mean it doesn't come with some compromises. The first and foremost is the fact that it doesn't come with any form of screen. So you still have to rely on the voice prompt to know which channel you are in. And yes, I know you can feel the switch and know when you turn it on or off. And the same applies for the channels. You can actually see the channel numbers and know which channel you are in, but the encryption are so small that they become a bit hard to see sometimes, so you still end up relying on the voice assistant. Having a display up front would have been a lot easier. You just look at the screen and know which channel you are in right there and then. It is also not waterproof, so you have to be a little bit cautious when using it around the natural elements. And yes, I did mention that I love the range so much, but that again is limited to places where you have a lot of obstacles. So in crowded environments, you may not be able to use this as much as you want. And most of our occasions or programs that we cover are traditional weddings and white weddings, which are usually in very small spaces. So we are not going to be hindered so much by the distance range. But then again, people who are going to be using it a bit farther from each other in a more crowded environment may have a bit of issues. So what is the verdict? Anyone looking for a communication device that they are going to be using over a short range for 400 Ghana cedis, this is one to definitely consider. Yes, it is not waterproof. Yes, it doesn't come with a display, but I believe it makes it up for more battery life. And let's also not forget the fact that it comes with 16 channels already baked in, so it makes it more ideal for more people to be using this particular device. So let me know what you think, guys. Would you consider getting something like this? And for what exact purpose are you going to be using this device for? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and other channels which I have them linked below. And as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Theyo Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.